Hello guys, this is Pustakverma and you are watching Pustakverma Education for All YouTube channel. Today we are gonna discuss about an one act play The Bull by Bhimnidhi Tiwari from grade 12 Compulsory English new course. So before dealing with the play The Bull by Bhimnidhi Tiwari, we will discuss about some of the questions mentioned in our textbooks. They are in question A. Which animal do you like most and why? कुन एनिमल तपाईले मन पराउनुहुन्छ? आई लाइक द डग मोस्ट यस अथवा आई लाइक द डग मोस्ट because it is one of the most beautiful, conscious and intelligent creatures among others who functions as a companions to humans as well. Question B. How do you take care of your domestic animals or pet? तिमीले आफ्नो domestic animals को कसरी केयर गर्छौ? I have a pet dog whose name is Tiger. I take him for a morning walk every day. I wash his body with soap once a week. I feed him milk and bread every day. I provide his other requirements on time. He is like a family member in my family. How do you feel when your domestic animals or pet dies? मरेपछि कस्तो feel गर्नुहुन्छ? I feel very sad, isolated, heartbroken and deserted as the domestic animals or pet of my family dies. So this figure also reveals the fact that how the dog is faithful and is obedient to his masters. Then about the bull by Bhimnidhi Tiwari. It's Bhimnidhi Tiwari and this chapter belongs to the play is bull. So about the author, or about the playwright, Bhimnidhi Tiwari is a well-known poet, story writer, and dramatist from Nepal. नेपाल का उनी राइटर हुन्. He is an ardent social reformer, एउटा ठुलो सामाजिक सेवक, social mobilizer पनि हुन्. Tiwari established Nepal Natak Sangh, to what we call Nepal Drama Society, in 1949. Through this organization, he promoted the Nepali plays by staging plays and encouraging the Nepalese writers to write the plays and perform them on the stage. Tiwari won Madan Puraskar for literature in 1917. It was the late 18th century. Ran Bahadur Shah, the grandson of Prithvi Narayan Shah, was the king of Nepal, and Ran Bahadur Shah was fond of bulls. In his one act play, The Bull, Bhimnidhi Tiwari dramatizes an incident related to Ran Bahadur Shah, जो पृथ्वीनारायण शाह का के थिए त ग्रैंडसन थिए, उनको लाइफ हिस्ट्री र उनको क्रेज फर बुल्स, उनको जो बुल प्रतिको एउटा आकर्षण थियो त्यो कुरालाई पनि मेन्सन गरिएको छ. टु मेक द बिटिङ सेटायर अन द फ्युडल सिस्टम, सामन्ती प्रथामाथि व्यङ्ग्य गर्नको लागि त्यो सिचुएसन्सलाई लिएका छन्. डिह्युमनाइजेस द ह्युमन बिइङ्स to such an extent that their existence depend upon the differential treatment towards the four-footed animals like the bulls. यो प्लेमा बुललाई के गरिएको छ, मोर भ्यालुएबल बनाइएको छ देन द ह्युमन बिइङ्स. A preceding history, King Ran Bahadur Shah was fond of rearing four-footed animals. Among the four-footed animals, too, he was especially about rearing bulls. साँडेहरू पाल्ने बढी उनको इच्छा थियो. He was very person to start a custom of releasing a bull with blunt mark every month at पशुपतिनाथ टेम्पल. उनले के गर्थे, एउटा त्रिशूलको मार्क्स यस्तो लगाएर, मार्क लगाएर बुललाई अथवा एउटा यस गोरुलाई साँडे बनाएर के गर्थे, पशुपतिनाथमा छोड्ने गर्थे. He was one of them who had maintained the ठुलो गौचर एउटा लार्ज काउ पास्चर थियो, where an airport has been built now. अहिले जहाँ त्रिभुवन इन्टरनेसनल एयरपोर्ट छ त्यहाँ एउटा ठुलो गौचर थियो. त्यही गौचरमा उनले त्यसलाई राखिदिएका थिए अथवा त्यो बुललाई राखेका थिए. Among the many bulls reared by him, a bull named Male fell sick. मेल नाम गरेको एउटा बुल हुन्छ अथवा माले पनि भन्छ मिस, फेल सिक्स. You would get sapped if you come to tell me that the bull is dead. यदि उसले के भनेका थिए जो कामदारहरूलाई, यदि तिमीहरू भन्न आयो बुल मरिसकेको छ भने तिम्रो टाउको मुडाइदिन्छु, तिमीलाई कटाइदिन्छु भनेर त्यस्तो भनेको थियो. He had threatened the bull doctors. The bull died. र बुल के हुन्छ, मर्छ. त्यसपछि यो मरेको सिचुएसन्सलाई के गरिएको छ, आइरोनिकली अथवा सेटरिकली हाम्रो टेक्स्टमा प्रेजेन्टेड गरिएको छ. The characters, the bull. Ran Bahadur Shah is a king of 23 years old. Lakshmi Narayan Dahal Jaisi, he is a subedar with Samarjag company, Bichari of the Ita Chapali court and a bull doctor around 40 years को हुन्छ. He is one of the prominent characters of the play who is in charge of taking care of the bulls. He is a cunning Brahmin by nature. ऊ के हुन्छ धृत ब्राह्मण पनि हुन्छ. He is an innocent coward who वर्क्स अन्डर द लक्ष्मी नारायण. यो जितमान र गोरे दुईजना के हुन्छन् यिनीहरू गाई त्यो गोरुलाई हेरचाह गर्नको लागि उसले लक्ष्मी नारायण दाहालले राखेको हुन्छ. द बुल ही इज also given prominent space in the play who is known as Male, the bull of the king. So this is the bull and this is Lakshmi Narayan who has 7 wives, 7वटा जसको श्रीमती हुन्छन्. And he is the Lakshmi Narayan as well, a veterinary doctors. These are two people, Gori and Jitmans, and he is Ran Bahadur Shah. Setting. The bull has been set in the background of the late 18th century Nepalese society in terms of relation between the king and his subject. It has been set in the yard Anganma of Lakshmi Narayan and in the month of Aswin in 1854 BS in the cow shed situated at Thulo Gauchara with a convo तातीहरू बस्तीहरू त्यहाँ रियरली हुन्छन्. पालाक्विन भनेको एउटा पालकी जहाँ मान्छेहरूले 4 जनाले बोकेर जसलाई के गर्छन् हिँड्छन्. Then the shift of the setting can be found at the Lakshmi Narayan visits to the King Ran Bahadur Shah to inform about the health condition of the bull at Basantapur Palace and finally at the yard again. So this is about the setting of the play The Bull. Then about glossaries are the word meanings. Avid, passionate, bichari, a legal officer in the courts. Baje, grandmother, grandfathers. Pathi, a unit of measurement grains. Dharni, a unit of measurement weights also. यो पुरानो पहिला पहिला युज गरिन्थ्यो. Ana 25 paisa. Swasti, a way of greetings. Convo, a profession of horses or vehicles. With withers, castrated male goats. पालनक्विन एउटा पालकी भन्छौं. चाकरी भनेको अरूको चाप्लुसी गर्नु. Carrion, a dead body of an animal or a human beings. So then about the summary of the bull. Bull is a one act play written by famous Nepali poet and dramatist Bhimnidhi Tiwari. It is satires on the feudal system of the then society of the late 18th century and it also projects the King Rang Bahadur's deep love to the bull more than the subject. The play circles around the death of the bulls and King Rang Bahadur's and its impact on the caretakers of the bull. Play के गर्छ यसैको चारतिर घुम्छ बुलको डेथ र डेथ भइसकेपछि रण बहादुर शाहको रेस्पोन्स एन्ड त्यसको impact on the caretakers. The play has mainly 4 characters: the Lakshmi Narayan, Gore, Jitman, and the King Ran Bahadur. It has been set in the yard of Lakshmi Narayan in the month of Aswin 1854. The play opens with the Lakshmi Narayan's annoying behaviors. एकदम कराइरहेको हुन्छ towards his wife. उसको 7 वटा wives हुन्छन्. He receives no care from any of them. फर प्रोभाइडिङ हुक्का उसलाई हुक्का पिउनको लागि चाहिएको हुन्छ तर कसैले केयर नगरेपछि उसले गाली गर्छ. देन द प्ले सोज पेनिक सिचुएसन अफ गोरे एन्ड जितमान. पुरा तिनीहरू डराउँदै रुँदै कराउँदै आइरहेको हुन्छन् लक्ष्मी नारायण टु इन्फर्म हिम दैट द बुल अफ द किङ रण बहादुर शाह हैज डाइड. Lakshmi Narayan gets grief stricken, shocked to hear this as they may receive the death penalty from the king. They inform Lakshmi Narayan that the bull died because it didn't get enough grass and was unable to digest the fine rice and soup of split gram. त्यो soup र के हुन्छ राइसहरू उसले डाइजेस्ट गर्न सक्दैन घाँस नपाएर त्यसकारण के हुन्छ मर्छ. लक्ष्मी नारायण persuades coward not to tell the king that the bull has died. If the king knew this, he might punish them. After that, Lakshmi Narayan visits Basantapur palace to inform the king about the bad health of the bull. Lakshmi Narayan bows his head down in front of the king in respect and then informs him. He says that the bull is seriously ill and he doesn't wake up and eat anything, even breakfast. He doesn't move his body. He only stares with his still eyes. He is sleeping as if he is relaxed. Furthermore, he praises the fight and proud walk of the bull and asks the king to take it to the hill for climate change. so that which may heal the health of the bull. Then the king wishes to see. त्यसपछि त्यस्तो सुनिसकेपछि राजाले के गर्छ, इच्छा गर्छ बुललाई हेर्नको निम्ति, wishes to see the bull's health condition and visits to the cow shed situated at ठुलो गौचारा with a convo on पालेक्विन भनेको पाल्कीमा बसेर राजा के हुन्छ त्यहाँ आउँछ. On the other hand, both coward Jitman and the Gore are waiting desperately to hear the decisions of the king. They may think of escaping to save their life, but they think that they will be arrested again and killed. उनीहरू भाग्न सोचिरहेको हुन्छन् तर उनलाई थाहा हुन्छ समातेर राजाले मारिदिन्छ, त्यसकारण तिनीहरू भाग्दैनन्. Before the king arrives, Lakshmi Narayan runs ahead to the place where the bull is and instructs them to massage the back feet. उनलाई के भन्छ, जितमान र गोरेलाई एउटाले खुट्टा मसाज गरोस्, अर्कोले पंखा चलाओस् बुललाई at him, and they act as per to his instruction. यस्तो तिनीहरूले गरून् कि बुलको धेरै सेवा गरिरहेका छन्. लक्ष्मी नारायण even informs the king that they had been taking care of the bull since the midnight. देखि तिनीहरू सुतेका छैनन्. In fact, the bull is lying dead on the mattress. He is silent with his stopped breathing and nothing eating. Its tails are loosened and ear have dropped down. Even at such condition, Lakshmi Narayan and his cowards are unable to declare that bull is dead. King Ran Bahadur himself says the bull is dead. उनी आफै भन्छन् बुल मरिसकेको छ. After listening the words of the king, the bull is dead, Jitman starts crying, saying that he has become an orphan. ऊ टुहुरो भएको छ in absence of the bull, and the king declares tips of 400 rupees and asks him to be quiet. किङले उसलाई के गर्छ 400 rupees को टिप्स डिक्लेयर गर्छ. Then Gore also starts crying, stating that he loves the bull more than his mother. उसले आफ्नो अथवा आमा, ब्रदर, मदर एन्ड फादर भन्दा बढी बुललाई के गर्छ केयर गर्छ. वाइफ भन्दा बढी पनि उसले के गर्छ केयर गर्छ. He further states to hang himself. उसले के भन्छ, अब म झुन्डिहाल्छु, बुल मरिसकेको छ. त्यस्तो कुरा के गर्छ त गोरेले पनि त्यस्तै गर्न सुरु गरिदिन्छ. अब किङ अफर्स हिम, किङले के गर्छ, त्यस्तो सुनिसकेपछि किङ hearing his word, the king offers him the tips of 500 rupees. किङले उसलाई के गरिदिन्छ, गोरेलाई पनि 500 rupees को टिप्स दिन्छ. Finally, Lakshmi Narayan also starts sobbing and pretends to be in grief stricken and in panic situation. लक्ष्मी नारायणले पनि के गर्छ, आफूलाई panic situations मा देखाउँछ. The king abuses him, commanding that to bury the bull and manage everything regarding the funeral processions, and offers him some money to the priest himself. त्यसपछि पहिला के गर्छ, जितमानले कराउने बहाना गर्छ, उलाई 400 रुपीस दिन्छन् राजाले. गोरी पनि रुन थाल्छ, गोरीलाई 500 दिन्छन्. लक्ष्मी नारायण रुन थाल्छ, लक्ष्मी नारायणलाई राजाले के भन्छन्, जाऊ यसलाई बरी गर र केही पैसा पृष्ठलाई देऊ भनेर भन्छन्. गोरी एन्ड जितमान ब्रेथ डीपली, एकदमै लामो सास फेर्छन् to release themselves alive and safe as the play ends. Above all, the bull play satires on the feudal systems of the Dardan society with its masters, suppressing and dominating nature, and some characters like Lakshmi Narayan's cunning natures who cheat even his masters like the king Ran Bahadur Shah. It not only shows the dehumanization of the upper class feudalistic people but also projects the impact of patriarchal society. पितृसत्तात्मक मेल डोमिनेटेड सोसाइटीको पनि इम्प्याक्ट देखाउँछ अन द वुमेन वेयर दे वेयर युज्ड एज कमोडिटी एन्ड प्रिजरेबल प्रोडक्ट. एज हामीले के पाउँछौँ, लक्ष्मी नारायणको 7वटा वाइफ्स हुन्छन्. दिस अल प्रोभाइड्स डिलाइट टु द रिडर्स एन्ड मेक देम अवेयर अफ द सोसाइटी अफ द देन पिरियड. सो दिस इज द बुल and Lakshmi Narayan, who is the veterinary doctor, take care of the bulls. In the opening, we find Lakshmi Narayan abuses his wives for not providing him hookah. And these are the two persons, Jitman and Gore. They looks after the bulls. The bull dies, and then they visits to the King Ran Bahadur. Is Lakshmi Narayan visits to the Rang Bahadur to is informed that the bull is seriously ill. Ran Bahadur, after listening this, Ran Bahadur wishes to see the condition of the bull. And then they visits. Yes. And here, as they were afraid of it shows the crimes of for the for people. The Ran Bahadur belongs to feudal class, and even he people were afraid. Lakshmi Narayan, Jitman, and even Gori were afraid of him. They were not able to ask anything. This also shows the satires how the things are gathered by a simple persons is. And finally, as the Gori, Jitmans, and all of them start crying, then Ran Bahadur becomes sad and he has sympathy for them and he provides rewards to all of them at the end of the play. Understanding the text. Answer the following questions. Why have Gori and Jitman come to see Lakshmi Narayan? Kina Gori र Jitman Lakshmi Narayanलाई हेर्न आउँछन्? The Gori and Jitman have come to see Lakshmi Narayan to inform him that the bull has died after it stretched its body, closed its eyes, and its tail gone loose. Question B. What according to coward is the reason behind the death of the male? किन माले मरेको हुन्छ? According to coward, the main reason behind the death of Male is that it was fed the fine rice and lentil soup of split red gram instead of grass. Grass को सट्टामा त्यो खुवाइदिएका हुन्छन् जसले गर्दा इन्डाइजेसन प्रब्लम हुन्छ र which later के हुन्छ डेथ पनि हुन्छ. Why does Ran Bahadur want to see the bull himself? उनी किन बुललाई हेर्न चाहन्छन्? Because he has close connection and affections with the bull and he whose sudden worsening health disappoints him and very much and he prefers to see the bull at first hand. Question number D. Why does Lakshmi Narayan runs ahead of the convo at ठुलो गौचर? ऊ किन अगाडि दौडेर जान्छ? यिनीहरूको अगाडि किन दौडेर जान्छ अथवा राजाको अगाडि किन दौडेर जान्छ? Lakshmi Narayan runs ahead of the convo at ठुलो गौचर to instruct his cowards like Jitman and Guri to massage the back legs of the bulls and Gori to a fan in front of the bull to manifest that they were taking better care of the bull. He moves ahead to show the king that they love the bull most and take care of it properly. Why do Gori Jitman cry when the king declares the male is dead? Gori and Jitman cry when the king declares male is dead to show their impressions over the king that they have close attachment to the bull and they love it very much. Take care of it properly to make king believe that the bull was the dearest one for them, like the king. How do we learn that the bull is dead? कसरी थाहा पाउँछौँ bull dead मरिसकेको हुन्छ? किन त it stretches its body, closes its eyes, loosens its tails, and doesn't eat anything, even breakfast and even breath. These all indicate that the bull is dead. How does the play makes a satire and feudal system? The play makes a satire and the feudal system by depicting the gap between these and poor are the king and the workers like the cowherd. Furthermore, it keeps the king or the master even in illusion and far away from the reality as they are cruel in nature and rude in behavior. By portraying domination, suppression, dehumanization and of the landlords and panic life of the working class people, the play satires and the feudal system prevalent during the time. Write down the plot of the play in a paragraph. So I have mentioned them in the points. You can write in a paragraphs as well. Plot. The play opens with the murmuring of one of the main characters named Lakshmi Narayan as he finds none is carrying him despite being 7 wives. None is bringing the hookahs for him. The riding action takes place as Jitman and Gore arrives Lakshmi Narayan to inform him about the death of Male. And the climax takes place as the king hears about the health problem of Male and desires to visit to the bull. The following action occurs when the king knows about the death of the bull and finds his cowards very loyal and careful to Male so that he promises them to reward for their devotions and care to Male. Lakshmi Narayan also starts crying and the king promises him to provide rewards at the end. Reference to the context. Discuss the late 18th century Nepali society as portrayed in terms of the relation between the king and the subject as portrayed in the play. यो play लाई के गर्ने late 18th century नेपाली सोसाइटीमा कसरी किङ र उसको सब्जेक्टको रिलेसन पोर्ट्रेट गरिएको छ त्यसको आधारमा explain गरेर the play Bull has been set in the background of late 18th century Nepali society in terms of the relation between the king and his subject as portrayed in the play. The king is projected as a feudal ruler. Kingलाई feudal ruler को रूपमा projected गरिएको छ, whose order is to be followed by the others. Lakshminarayan is presented as a veterinary doctor who works for the King Rang Bahadur Shah and his bull. The king has warned Lakshminarayan to look after the bull properly. No excuses regarding the care of the bull will be accepted, which reflect the complete feudal and autocratic system prevalent during the time. यसले के देखाउँछ, त्यतिखेर complete autocratic system र feudal system prevalent थियो. Dehumanization यो पनि एउटा के हो त main characteristics of the rulers can be noticed as the cowards, and Lakshminarayan visits to the king and inform about the bad health of Mil. The king is very furious at first and towards the subject. The bull is found more significant than the subject in the play. All the subjects are very worried as the king wishes to see the bull, but in the play the subject manages everything properly to receive rewards from the masters. सब्जेक्टहरूले पनि बडा प्रोपरली के हुन्छ सिचुएसन्सलाई ह्यान्डल गर्छन्. Thus the play beautifully projects the relationship between the king and the subjects and the satires on the feudal system prevalent at the time. यसले के गर्छ, त्यति बेलाको सामन्ती प्रथामाथि व्यङ्ग्य गर्छ. By keeping the king in the shadow, कि राजालाई पनि के गर्छ, यसले छायामा राख्छ अथवा इल्युजनमा राख्छ through their slippery and tricky ideas. What does the relation between Lakshminarayan and his wives tell us about the society of the time? Lakshminarayan र उसको वाइफको रिलेसनले के देखाउँछ? To what extent has the Nepali society changed since then? अहिले भन्दा त्यतिखेर भन्दा अहिले सोसाइटी कसरी चेन्ज भएको छ? As the play The Bull opens, we come to know that Lakshminarayan, a veterinary doctor, has 7 wives. 7वटा wives हुन्छन्. But the matter of sorrow, none of them care him. कसैले केयर गर्दैनन्. He is totally unhappy with them as he addresses them, calling them annoyingly by using the words like flat-nosed one, beautiful one, butterfly one, shallow one, the eldest one, and the one with ugly face. May you all die at once. These all reflect that society was male-dominated and patriarchal, and polygamy was also prevalent. त्यो सोसाइटी मेल डोमिनेटेड थियो, त्यसको साथसाथै मल्टी म्यारिज, एउटा मेलले धेरै विवाह गर्न पाउँथ्यो, त्यो पनि के थियो, प्रिभेलेन्ट थियो. Keeping 7 wives at home is not a joke. It also projects women were used as a matter of satisfaction or pleasure or object for satisfying male as Lakshminarayan. Domestic violence was clearly seen in the play. Women had no separate identities. Their identities are associated with the identities of males. He abuses his wives in such a way that causes them even for the death as well. मरिजाऊ भनेर पनि भन्छ, मर्नको लागि पनि. But as we compare the situation of the current Nepali society, we find totally different, as they not only have fundamental rights, but also they are free to do the work of their choices in this modern Nepali society. No polygamy is prevalent, though both have equality only in documentation. Though both male and female have equality only in documentation, women have received many more freedom nowadays. Set the light on the practice of chakari as portrayed in the play. यो चाकरी भनेको एउटा प्रथा हो, सिस्टम हो, जसलाई हामीले चाप्लुसी भन्छौं अर्को भाषामा. Have you noticed this practice in your society? के तिमीले आफ्नो सोसाइटीमा यस्तो नोटिस गरेका छौ? चाकरी सिस्टम, which is also known as चाप्लुसी गर्नु, is a system in which people perform their tasks to make their masters happy, pleased, satisfied. मास्टरबाट रिवार्ड पाउनको लागि मास्टरलाई खुसी बनाउने प्रथालाई चाकरी सिस्टम भन्छौं. Following not the systematic work, this system is widely visible in the play Bull. Lakshminarayan plays such a role in the play. He performs the chakri of the king. He is a subedar and a veterinary doctor by profession. He looks after the bull and has solely responsible for the mali. On the other hand, Gore and Jitmar conduct the chakri of Lakshminarayan. Here the people who do chakris are low caste people, and their duty is to please their masters like the king in the play. Jitman and Gori are very obedient to Lakshminarayan in the same way. Lakshminarayan is same to the king Ran Bahadur Shah. They all get frightened by the death of Male because they have solely responsible to take care of the bull. Therefore, they show their vanity behavior. देखाउने behavior मात्र देखाउँछन् that they love the bull very much and take care of it properly even in the absence of the king. They cry a lot as they hear the bull is dead. It displayed the chakri of their masters or the king. This system of chakri can be noticed in our day-to-day life too. Even in the most of the offices too, people who do chakris are very close to the principal, chairperson, campus chief, manager, director, etc. And they get facilities in the office with hard work. And they get facilities in the offices with hard work while others suffers though they perform their duties. यिनीहरू आफ्नो अफिस इजिली हुन्छ दे अफिसेस with hard works not अफिसेस इजिली तिनीहरू सजिलै तरिकाले पाएको हुन्छन् तर अरू के गर्छन् हार्डवर्क गरेर पनि के हुन्छ त पाएको हुँदैनन् यस फेसिलिटिजहरू हाउ डज लक्ष्मी नारायण आउट स्मार्ट रणबहादुर लक्ष्मी नारायणले रणबहादुरलाई पनि कसरी अथवा किङ रणबहादुरलाई पनि के गरिदिन्छ कसरी एक किसिमको डिसिप्स गरिदिन्छ यस Lakshmi Narayan is a Subedar and a veterinary doctor by profession. His duty is to take care of the bull at any cost. The King Rang Bahadur Shah has said to look after the bull properly. If anything happens to the bull or bull dies, he will be bitterly punished by the masters. On the other hand, the Subedar has kept two cowherds, Gore and Jitman, take care of the bull. But when he hears the news of the death of the bull, he has no idea what to do at first, and he is very horrified and frightened. But later he makes plan to cheat the king. He visits the king and informs him that the bull has health problem and it needs to be taken to the mountain region for treatment or climate change. But the king desires to see the bull. Then Lakshmi Narayan instructs his coward to take care of the bull intensively as if they are very obedient. Consequently, when the king comes to the bull, comes to know that the bull is dead, Gori and Jitman start sobbing at the same time. Lakshmi Narayan also starts sobbing too, and which melt the heart of the king, and he becomes so happy with his workers and their devotions, and he promises them to awards instead of abusing. In this way, Lakshmi Narayan outsmarts Ram Bahadur at the end. Skills the character of Lakshmi Narayan. Lakshmi Narayan is the main prominent character of this play. The prominent protagonist of the play. The bull, he is bull play bull, and his full name is Lakshmi Narayan Dahala Jaisi. He is a Subedar who works at a summer jog company Bichari of the Ita Chapali court, and he is bull doctor or veterinary doctor by profession. पेशाले ऊ के हुन्छ veterinary doctor हुन्छ, who is appointed to take care of the bull of the king Ran Bahadur. He is around 40 years. Is a fine example of patriarchal society because he has 7 wives. उसको 7 वटा वाइफ हुन्छन्. ऊ एउटा मेल डोमिनेटेड सोसाइटीको राम्रो इक्जाम्पल हो. He regards women as his object used for his pleasures. He unknowingly uses several words such as flat-nosed one, beautiful one, butterfly one, shallow one, the eldest one, the one with ugly face, may you all die, etc. uses, and this finds none of his wife bring his hookah. उसको हुक्का कसैले नल्याएपछि उसले यस्तो गाली गर्छ. Is very smart, brilliant, clever and intelligent. Uses his tricky ideas and clever tricks and makes his master Ran Bahadur Shah believe that they take care of the bull properly and intensively. Lakshmi Narayan outsmart the king in a such a way that king promises his offer a promises to offer. King promises to not his to offer rewards instead of punishing them. Thus, he is the main character of the play around whom the all incidences surround. A reference beyond the text. Question A. Write an essay in about 300 words. The Nepalese society, the past, present, and the future. A society is a web of human relationship. It is about the people, their culture, lifestyle, daily patterns, their lifestyle, etc. and others. Nepal एउटा के हो त multi-ethnic, multicultural, racial and multilingual country हो. The most spoken language is Nepali, followed by the several other ethnic languages. अब पास्टको कुरा गर्छौँ भने Kingdom of Nepal was established in 1768 and started as a campaign unifying of Nepal that would form the modern territories of Nepal. Anglo-Nepal war ended the British victory and ceded some Nepalese territories. त्यस पछाडि नेपाल के भयो त धेरै दिनपछि इन नेपाल Federal Democratic Republic, ending the 200 years of old region of Shah monarchy. In Nepal, the landscapes makes a huge differences how issues of social, political, and health status. Several sorts of social evils were prevalent in the ancient Nepalese. नेपालमा धेरै अथवा प्राचीन नेपालमा धेरै किसिमको इभिल्सहरू स्लेभरी सिस्टम सती सिस्टम चाकरी प्रथा कमैया प्रथा यिनीहरू डोमिनेन्ट थिए बर्थ रेट एन्ड डेथ रेट दुईटै पनि के थियो त वाइल इक्वली डोमिनेन्ट but in modern society is different from the past to some extent. अहिले birth control छ population more equality modern facilities are features of the modern society. Male and females are taken as the two wheels of a car. Both are allowed to work as per to their wish and desires. The country has become democratic republics Constitution has guaranteed the fundamental rights and duties to the citizens. संविधानले दिएको छ. People living in the society have got several opportunities. Agriculture, industries, trade, employment, education ले पनि recognize गरेको छ. But as we talk about the future of Nepalese society depends upon the present structure and political stability of the nation. Future के माथि depend छ त अहिलेको structure कस्तो र political stability कस्तो हुनेछ. It will have close connection with the IT or ICT as well. As the advance of technology is taking place everywhere in the society in the world, it seems as if the technology will shape the future society. Not only this, the stability of the government is equally responsible for the shaping of the society in the future. If stability of the government takes place, the good and visionary political leaders will rule the nation. The country will obviously flourish in the near future. In his satire 9, Nicholas Boileau Desperex says, but satire ever moral, ever new, डिलाइट्स द रिडर. सेटारले के गर्छ मोरल कुराहरुमाथि सेटायर गर्छ नयाँ कुरामाथि सेटायर गर्छ यसले के गर्छ मान्छेहरुलाई रिडर्सहरुलाई खुशी दिन्छ स्ट्रक्ट दिन्छ to see if good sense refine her sterling page or of shake some rooted fully of the age. यसले के गर्छ कमी कमजोरीहरु जो विकनेसेसहरु हुन्छ त्यसमाथि जो रूटेड विकनेसेस अफ द सोसाइटीलाई पनि हाइलाइट गर्छ. Do you agree with the poet? Discuss the line with a reference to Bhimnidhi Tiwari's play book. The satire simply refers to the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose the and criticize the people's stupidity and vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. It is the art of making someone or something look ridiculous, raising laughters in order to embrace humble and discreet its target. Nicolas Boileau Desperex was a French poet and critic. He did much to reform the prevailing form of French poetry. उनले French poetry लाई criticize गरेका छन्, राम्रो धेरै गरेका छन्. Yes, criticizes his fellow poets and makes no pretense of asserting the public opinion about the merit of any writer. He attacks many of his contemporaries through use of satire in his poetry. As per to him, by showing the folly or age of the people, poet satires and the moral and values delights the readers. Similarly, Bhimnidhi Tiwari in his Bull satires on the feudalistic systems of the late 18th centuries of Nepalese society. He states how the society was full of hypocrisy, oppression, suppression, and many more. The play delights the readers on the one hand, while it satires on the feudal system on another. It makes the readers laugh as they come to know that bull is already dead, even if the Lakshmi Narayan instructed his cowards to take care of the bull intensively. मरिसकेको बुलको पनि केयर गर्न लगाउँछ यसले रिडर्सलाई लाफ गर्न अथवा हाँस्न. Masters may not suspect the masterly suspect गर्दैन. It also projects cunning natures of the Lakshmi Narayan who pretends to be obedient and faithful to the masters. In fact, he is not so in reality. वास्तवमा त्यस्तो छैन. He keeps his masters in illusion and even receives awards from his king showing the showy tears. Thus, the play Bull is a very fine example of satire. It satires on the contemporary Swiss natures of the people, which amuses the readers. So Nicolas Boileau Desperex was a French poet and critic. Satire is how the human follies are attacked. What is satire? Satire is a literary art of diminishing suspect by making it ridiculous, evoking towards the attitude of amusement, contempt, scorn, and indignation. Satire is culturally accepted way of correcting human corruption. It often uses laughter as a weapon against the something that exists outside the art itself. The victim of the satire may be an individual, a type of person, a class, institution, nation, or entire human race. जो पनि हुन सक्छ. No one is safe from the satire. So this is about the play The Bull. Regarding this play, if you have any queries, mention below in the comment sections. If you find this video helpful and interesting, like the videos, share it, subscribe it, click on the bell icons to get notification from upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this. Goodbye. Have a good day.